Well, hello and welcome. It's Packernet. There's no Ryan, but Jake and I still like to get down and get funky. And we already got some people here in the live stream checking us out. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. So this is a bonus edition of Derailed. As far as I know, we're still planning on doing our normal Monday night stream. But this is just bonus content. Some people wanted it. In particular, Joe Green was asking for it, and here he is.
Here. Yeah.
And on top of that, Jake and I just want to talk about the draft and the Packers. And so, welcome, howdy, thanks for joining. Jake, thanks for joining on relatively short notice too.
Yeah, of course. This is very after dark. The vibes are very after dark right now. I'll be honest. It was about 9:25. I think I was asleep for about 20 minutes there. And I was like, "Oh, got to get up here." Jason's probably sent the link already. I like rushed up here. And I saw it was a little bit. It was like, "Oh, I got a couple minutes. Okay." And I ran down and grabbed some sweet tea, and I'm like, "Okay, we can do this. We can do this."
Yeah, so actually my wife and I were watching Dune Chapter 1. We've never seen it. And we just wanted to see what the hype was about. And we were getting stressed because it's like a really long movie. We were like, I don't know if this is going to be over in time to go start the live stream. Yeah. Thankfully, it finished 2 minutes before the 9:30 Central Time that we wanted to get started. So dashed in here. Of course, it took us a second to get set up anyways, but yeah, Joseph, thank you so much for supporting the stream. I think among other things, it's a near guarantee that Jake and I are going to do a mock draft because 100%. It's our favorite thing to do ever.
100%. There's no way. For those who stayed up and are doing this, you're getting a mock draft live. You're getting one. There's no doubt.
Of course, of course.
So I need your honest review for Doom before we get started, because I just want an honest review. Maybe it hasn't set in. Maybe need some time to digest. But like, got any initial thoughts?
So you've seen it, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. It was way too much exposition. I really wish that they could have found some more like organic ways to deliver the train load of backstory and like world building that they needed to tell us. It lagged so much when they were just telling us via narrator the entire way through what the whole world was about. So I think that there was, better ways that they could have done that. Rob said, so Too Old for This said the book was better. Rob said Dune 2 has one very weird casting decision. I don't know. I have to wait and see. I think we're probably going to go ahead and see it relatively quickly here.
I'm wondering who he's talking about, because I know the cast, so like I haven't seen it yet. I'm kind of waiting for a good time to go see it. Probably after the draft. I probably have to wait till then. But yeah, I'm wondering who he's talking about. It's the weird casting decision. I'm very, very curious. Oh, he can't. Okay, that's fair.
I have no idea. I wandered into Dune 1 completely blind. I knew that Timothée Chalamet was in it, and I knew Zendaya was in it, and that's it. So we're like, I don't know, like 5 minutes in, and Josh Brolin is on screen, and then what's his name who plays Drax? And of course, Rebecca Ferguson was on there. Mm-hmm. So, trying to think who else. Oh, and Jason Momoa, obviously.
Jason Momoa, Oscar Isaac. Yeah,
Oscar Isaac. Yeah. I guess Oscar Isaac would have been the first like big name person that you see on screen.
I think so. But yeah, it's pretty complete. They got a lot of people for it. So music wise,
music was
I find myself
good.
going back to that more often. I like listen to that sometimes, where I'm like, I'm tired of like lo-fi. So like watching some of these.
I love lo-fi too.
So I'm listening to some lo-fi while I'm watching a few of these prospects late night, and I'm like, all right, I gotta switch it up. I'm getting tired, and I'm like, all right, Dune soundtrack, pump me up, like get me pumped up, dog, and it delivers every time.
kind of wish that we could just have lo-fi background music on the live stream for people.
I think there is a lo-fi option. I don't remember how good it is. It's like I think StreamYard gives you it,
Really?
but I
Let's
think
see.
so.
Oh, here we go. Lo-fi. Let's see. Here we go. Can you hear it, Jake?
No, I can hear that.
All right. So if you guys don't like the lo-fi, $5 PayPal, and I'll turn it off.
Okay.
By the way, if you are wanting to support this live stream tonight that Jake and I are doing, it's going to be easier, less hassle if you donate to one of the things going across the bottom of the screen as opposed to a super chat, because the super chat goes to Ryan, and so then we have to like reach out to him and be like, yo, can you send us this much? So I think we should get started with this.
Too old for this.
What?
It's got to be. I think I know who it is. But
It's
I think I know.
It's Jim Carrey.
If he's on there, I didn't know that.
I don't even know who's.
If he's on there, I didn't know that. So if that's the truth,
I have to suspect that Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya both make appearances in Dune 2.
I believe so.
Let's see. So
allegedly they do. Yeah.
So one thing, we did get a couple of little updates from Mr. Easton Butler, who does a fantastic job of tracking all the Packers' visits.
Oh man, are there more visits?
Yeah, so
Darn it.
Northwestern quarterback Ben Bryant attended the Packers' local pro day.
Okay.
They also said, I think last time we talked on here, we chatted about Gio Manu. I don't know how you say his last name. Manu, the guy from British Columbia.
Yeah. Okay.
So Jordan Schultz now is reporting that the Packers are hosting him on a 30 visit.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes me want to dive into his profile a bit.
I have to find. It was someone tweeted today, and I forget who tweeted it. Oh, I'm gonna lose my mind. Someone tweeted it was like he has like 13 visits in like 13 days or something.
I believe it. He's
ahead of the draft.
He's definitely an athletic freak. I have here Dane Brugler's bio on him. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, really quick. It is 10 visits in 10 days. He visited with the Cowboys on the 4th. Had a few days off, or maybe had the pro day. Was Giants Monday, Jets Tuesday, Patriots Wednesday, Browns Thursday, Bengals Friday, Colts today, Lions tomorrow, Green Bay on Monday, Kansas City Tuesday, and then Denver on Wednesday.
That is a heck of a
guy's going all over the place. At least like from the 11th through the 15th, he's like staying relatively in the Midwest. Right, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Indy, Detroit, Green Bay. Not terrible, but like it's still a lot. That's the one crazy thing about the draft, right? You got these guys are flying all over the place. To me, with teams.
One thing that's fun for him is that he's Canadian, and now he gets to just like go see like most of America, and like even if he has visited America, I mean. He is still hitting all these cities in such a short period of time, several of which I haven't even gotten to go to yet. So regardless of what happens,
I'm wondering what he's looking forward to most. Probably New York, but the Giants and Jets are New Jersey. So it's like, you going to New York? Is he hanging out there? Probably does, since they were
doing some ayahuasca with a quarterback there.
Allegedly, maybe. I don't know. Can't. Who can say?
So
maybe Tyron Smith came out, said, how's it hanging? Meets him with the Jets brass. It's possible.
So I did know. So Giovanni is like either his middle name or it's just a nickname, because his actual first name is Werner.
Interesting.
I did know that. I knew that from trying to look him up in Kentley Platt's RAS database.
Okay.
That because he has him listed as Werner Manu, and I'm like, there's no way that there's two guys with the same last name from the same school.
Yeah.
So okay. So Giovanni,
Joseph's still not thrilled with the music.
I told you, man.
The
$5
Streamlabs bot yelled at him.
$5 and I'll turn it off, and then Tool for this is going to pay $5 and we'll turn it back on. So,
oh no, Joseph, I'm not in control.
You're not what?
I said I'm not in control. I cannot turn the music off, unfortunately.
I turned the volume way down. It's on like 10% now.
It is very low.
It is currently on 14. I'm turning it down to 11 because it's easier to hit than 10. All right, so Giovanni, so he played at the University of British Columbia, which I think is like one of 2.5 football schools in the country of Canada. No disrespect to Canada, but sorry. 6'7" 3/8", 352 pounds. He's a 6th-year senior. He's 23 years old. He was born in Tonga before moving to Canada at age 11. Was a natural at basketball, then started playing football when he attended Pitt Meadows Secondary in 2013. Between his freshman and sophomore years in high school, he grew 5 inches and put on almost 80 pounds. He continued to play basketball. I do love these multi-sport athletes. He averaged more than 30 points per game as a senior, but was recruited for football. He enrolled at the University of British Columbia and earned the starting left tackle job as a freshman. He was a 4-year starter for the Thunderbirds, also seeing time at guard. His unpolished tendencies are easy to spot on tape. He plays too narrow and off balance in the run game with late hands in pass pro, but he moves really well for his size, especially out in space, and punishes anyone in his way. Overall, he isn't NFL ready, but he is a highly intriguing developmental tackle with rare athletic tools that might get him drafted. Grade, priority free agent. And I will just say, if you're looking for a guy who it makes sense to bring in for a 30 visit, how about the guy who, you know, you have the least information about of anybody? Go get a Canadian player. So I think it makes sense.
I think the one thing is someone's gonna swing. Someone's gonna take him in the 7th. I think, just because of the precedence we have with someone like Jordan Mailata, right? Who Philly took late in the draft. Looks like 7th round in 2018, where it's just might as well, like, you know, don't let him get to undrafted free agency. Let's make sure we snag him, and I'm sure someone will do it. Will Green Bay do it? No idea, but I'm sure every team is kind of getting that in their heads for sure. It's like, okay, you know, give this guy 2-3 years and like let's see where he's at. You know, why not?
His nickname is Baby Shaq.
There you go, dominant basketball player. If he's getting called that, he better have some numbers. He better have some numbers in basketball. Okay, we can't be averaging like 9 and 7.
No, he was averaging 30
Shaq.
Points per game in basketball.
Fine. We're good. Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
I think that's.
Yeah. I back off the take that, you know, it was possible that they were just calling him Baby Shaq because of the size.
Looking at some of his measurables. Let me see here.
Yes, Smitty. We are talking about Giovanni Manu. Yep.
So his RAS is 8.83. He ran a 5.03 40. His cone was bad, 8.29. Shuttle was 4.81, which I consider bad. It's not like undraftable for the Packers, but I don't like a 4.81. Vert was good, 33.5. His broad was almost 9 feet.
Okay.
Just a tick under 9 feet.
I mean, that's, you know.
23 on the bench.
Do they got the arm length?
No.
They don't.
No, I mean, you know, he wasn't at the combine or anything.
Yeah, I just figured, you know, if they had a pro day, I feel like, you know, you could do that.
It's a Canadian pro day.
I know, but like
they quiz you on your knowledge.
Oh no. They'll be like, yeah, his arm length is this many centimeters, and people will be like, I don't know what that means. Help me out. So they're like, we can't do it.
Smitty says in a previous discussion, I think I said the earliest I would go with him is the 6th. Smitty, if I've talked to you on a different platform, I'm not recognizing your name on here. Joe, it's lo-fi.
I can't even hear it anymore.
I can't hear it anymore either.
I can't hear it. So,
all right, listen, Joe, you got to get.
It's the there's that one point right there was the time I could hear it. Otherwise, I was completely oblivious to the fact that it was still on.
I'll tell you what we can do for you, Joe.
He's gonna switch it to something.
We can switch it.
Oh boy. There you go.
I think I can't play any more than that without getting.
Yeah, I think you. I think so.
So here's one called "Feeding the Ducks." Do you want to hear this one?
I don't think so.
I don't like that at all. Here's "Into Space." Are you happy, Joe?
The StreamYard options. They need some upgrades.
I feel like lo-fi is the way to go here.
This is very just late night drive stuff. So like this.
Hey, it's Brucey. Bruce, how you doing, my man? Nice to have you in here. All right, fine. We're gonna turn off the lo-fi. If anybody wants the lo-fi to come back
on.
Post in the chat that you want the lo-fi back, and we'll turn it back on. That's how we rock it. 100% of people who have submitted an opinion about the music is Joe. So if anybody else has an opinion, weigh in.
There you go.
Very elevator music vibes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Joseph just wants to hear the baby chicks. That's the problem. He's like the.
Can you hear the baby chicks? Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna bring one over.
Yeah.
You can hear them?
Yeah, we can hear him. So, this is the type of content you get late night, apparently. Dune, a potential 7th round UDFA from the University of British Columbia, and little baby chick content. There you go. Look at that. Make him move so little. Sits so nicely. Look at that.
She was sleeping, so she's not going to be talking. Ooh, okay. She's cold, too. Girlfriend, you got to get under the heat lamp.
There we go. There's a few of them that are still awake. Can definitely tell. So.
Is that our rookie class?
Oh, man.
All right. So Smitty says, why is it I see a fair amount of Packers mocks having Nubin going in the 2nd? Here's the thing with Nubin. People were obsessed with Nubin until the combine, and then his combine was horrific. And so now everybody's sheepish about Nubin.
I just think it would be very uncharacteristic of the Packers unless they already believe that they knew like what the athleticism looked like, and they were like, we've got our own metrics, we're not worried about this, which would be very uncharacteristic. They've kind of pretty much followed, close-ish to RAS, whatever their thing is. It just seems like he's kind of out of the picture. It would feel more likely that they would take Jaden Hicks than they would take Tyler Nubin at this point. I know people are still talking about Cole Bishop as a possibility, maybe from a great source. JJ, you know who it is. It's arm length for the young fella out of Utah. From what I'm being told, so I the safety position early is weird because I don't think Bullard's super big. That's the other thing with him. Like, is he like just a tick under 190? I know Dadrian Taylor Demerson is under 190.
Let me see here.
I'm trying to remember if Bullard is or not. Yeah.
Bullard is 198, 5'10", 5'10 and a half.
Oh, 5'10". Yeah,
5'10"
some of the
and a
safeties
half.
are
He's a
not
little on the
super
shorter
big.
side.
Yeah, that's
4'7", 40. Only 21 years old.
Yeah, see, I think him and Hicks are
36.6 passer rating when targeted. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's
Big
best
fan.
in class. Wait a minute. Who's this? Somebody has a 32. Who's this? This is Jaden Voisin out of South Alabama.
There you go. He's the man. 7th round.
All right, let's see who else is low. So that Jaden does have the lowest. You got two more guys who are in the 30s. One is Javon Bullard. Another is Tyler Nubin.
Yeah, Nubin's got a very low passer rating when targeted for sure.
And then at
He's
48 or 45, you got Al Walcott. And then Trey Taylor at 47. Actually, if I'm going to mention Trey Taylor, then at 47 and a half, Josh Proctor.
There you go. Possibility. Tyler Nubin because it's so low. Tyler Nubin is the poacher. I call him the poacher because he makes middle of field passes endangered. That's what Tyler Nubin is. 100%. I think the tape is good to be the box safety, the strong safety, foil to Xavier McKinney. The question is do they want the foil or do they want the we have the guy who can do both things? Those are a lot harder to find, right? Who else would it be in the class that could do that? Maybe Bullard. Kingens, if he cleans the tackling up, I think would maybe be the other one that's early. Hicks is a tough sell.
Who's your safety one, by the way?
Who's my safety one? For me, it's still Nubin. I think Bullard's pushed him pretty close. I still like Kingens. It just seems like all of the newfound love for Bishop is just very weird, very late. Everybody's just hopping on the bandwagon now. We had time to do this, guys. There was plenty of time to jump on the safety one train for Bishop. Why nobody watching him to give him that designation early? I think it was just kind of following the leader, very much so. Obviously the RAS stuff, the outliers that Kingens and Nubin would be, but it just seems like Kingens especially plays so much faster than, and he looks more athletic than than the testing ever shows. Nubin, I feel like there were some limitations playing single high, but I would still I think lean Bullard if they want the both, but I know he's not super tall, and then are they going to like that? Maybe they think Hicks can do it. I don't know. It's also Joseph. That's not at you. There's just people I think draft Twitter wise are jumping on the Cole Bishop safety one bandwagon very late right now. That's obviously not you. But that has definitely happened recently. And so
I want to know, Bruce, did you have a stroke or die in the middle of your question? That's what I want to know. He just posted the rest of it just now. Let's see.
Almost all of it.
2 minutes later. What is more likely to happen? Goot trades up in the first or wait until? And then that's where he died this time.
Yeah.
Bruce,
slowly loading. We're slowly loading in more every couple minutes here for the question.
I have an idea, Bruce. Slowly put down the drink and finish typing your whole question.
Yeah, come on.
What if he's using speech to text? And he's like, what is more likely to happen? And then his, Siri cuts him off.
Yeah, he pauses for a second. It's how do I want to form this exactly? And then she's like, oh, you're done. You're done typing.
I think that's exactly what's going to happen. So SDN makes a good point. Trying to squeeze water out of a rock with this safety class, it just sucks. I do think that safety is not the worst group in this draft class. I think that linebacker and tight end are significantly worse. I think safety is kind of more on the running back tier, which is it is certainly a worse than average safety class.
For sure.
But there's more guys that you could take a swing at safety than Like with linebacker, I'm not even kidding. Like so, linebacker,
It's tough, man. It's tough out here at linebacker. I
I'm
keep flip
like,
flopping with, like, I know Coach Elan asked me this in like a stream or so, like, how do you feel about Peyton Wilson at Mike? I keep going back and forth with him. Like, he's in that half of a middle linebacker, like a Mike linebacker in this class.
yeah.
I like Cedric Gray. I don't love Cedric Gray. I like Colson. Don't love Colson. Cooper's Coop. It's so difficult because I feel like I would like Cooper more if Green Bay had a Mike linebacker already. And they were just kind of like, oh, we're supposed to run around and chase people. It's like, oh, yeah, perfect. Do that. Excellent. Edgerrin Cooper, put him on the team. And it's just right now I'm kind of like, I don't want two Will backers. I'm concerned.
I'm like this close to just locking in Junior Colson as my linebacker 1 and calling it a day.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, so Colson and Tommy Two Thumbs are both in my top 5.
Okay.
Which is not like a ringing endorsement of those two guys. It's more of a condemnation of how
I had to put someone here.
Yeah.
Someone's got to be 1 and 2. I remember making it. What class was it? Maybe it was last year. I made some joke on Twitter. I think it was safety. I made some joke on Twitter that's like, nah, safety class doesn't get to start at 1. It starts at 2. The safety 1.
Who's your safety 1? My safety 1 opted to go back to school.
Blank. Yeah. Blank.
Yeah.
None qualify, actually. Here's the last year. I have to go look that up.
I don't like Edgerrin Cooper. I really don't. And I think I just would not draft Peyton Wilson. Just too many red flags to like.
I think that's
both off the field stuff and medical stuff. I think I just straight up wouldn't draft him. I think that he is a significantly better football player than Edgerrin Cooper, but I just wouldn't draft him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you're looking at Ulafosio,
yeah,
Eichenberg, Colson, maybe Jordan McGee. I really want to like Jeremiah Trotter, and like the numbers are all good for him.
Yeah.
But he's really small.
He doesn't move like I thought it was going to when I
I don't like his movement. I hate his size, and I also hate Clemson defenders. So I'm kind of
true. That's true. I forgot about that. Yeah,
kind of out on
that, which is very fair. Yeah, it's not a trifecta you want to be in.
Tyrese Knight is super short, but I like him.
Dude packs a punch, which is like I'm there for it. I think Adam typed this a few minutes ago. It says, really hope Green Bay doesn't go safety early and just spams it on day 3. Put me down for linebacker doing that as well. I've done a couple mocks where I've done that and just spammed that on day 3. I know people don't love that. I don't see why not. I mean,
Adam,
I'm
getting
take advantage of O-line early.
I'm getting to this, Adam. Don't worry. So, I mentioned really liking Ulafosio. He's already 24 years old.
Yep.
He's going to be nearly 25 by the time the season rolls around. I'm going to ask you some stuff about Cedric Gray.
Okay.
In a minute. I'm skipping him because I want to talk about the last 4 guys, I guess, first. So Nathaniel Watson is pretty high on my just like personal like list. I think he's like kind of a garbage athlete, and he's tiny. So that's kind of a negative.
Yeah.
But I do kind of like his, the way he plays, and I think that he's been a pretty productive guy. So he's got 28 ball hawks over the last 3 years, averaging over 2 impact plays per game. I like both of those numbers. Only a 5 RAS, but he's got a 7% missed tackle rate, which is really good. Other guys who are in the single digits.
We like that.
Besides Watson, the other guys who are in the single digits are Jackson Sermon out of Cal, Dallas Gant out of Toledo, and Peyton Wilson. Everybody else is at least in the double digits. What else with Watson? So is this Watson? I need to just pin my first column. Nope, that's down on the Dow scant. Okay, Watson. Here we go. He's old. I don't like that. He's 23 years old. 86 passer rating when targeted. Not terrible for a linebacker. Pressure
That's
rate
Watson.
21%. Not good, but whatever.
Yeah.
In a linebacker class that I just straight up don't like Watson is one of the less crappy ones. Oh, here, Smitty. I did it last time. Do you want to do the Clemson rant this time?
No.
No.
You're talking about like go through all the defensive players that were picked. Oh man.
Basically, they all suck. There's just
It's
no
just
good
like
Clemson
you won't remember
defenders.
a lot of them, but like obviously the obvious ones like Cleveland Ferrell going 4th overall. Stephone Anthony, for those who remember that name, was a first-round pick. Saints took him in the first, end of the first at linebacker. We have not heard from him. That was an athlete who struggled to play the game of football. Like Kevin Dodd, right? Oh man, they had another D end that was, I don't think in that draft, but they just have got like Andrew Booth has not been good at all. They
Love you,
had
Bruce.
like Trayvon Mullen.
Oh, I forgot about Mullen.
Mark Fields, everybody loved him as like a day 3 guy. Remember that inside outside versatility type of player. Like from like 2014 to like 20 till now, like it's like Grady Jarrett and there's like one more that have been decent to do good as players, and it's like there's just so many misses out there, and whether or not it's like Clemson's just not have a good developmental program and they're like doing it their way, and then guys come into the league and they have to kind of change how they play because they just don't fit the way they fit at Clemson in the NFL. That could be a big problem with all of that, and like it's just it's tough. It's tough. Rob said he finished Bruce's question up here. He said, what's more likely, trading up or trading down in the first round?
Right. So I would.
That's from pick 25, right? That's what we're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, well, what's your answer first? I think
from 25, I think they're more likely to move down from 25 than up. I know M. Smitty just a couple things higher. I did do this last night. I picked at 25 and then moved up to 28 from 41. Loved it. Loved how it worked out because then I moved back from 58 a few spots and like got another 4th and like was able to kind of mix it up in the middle rounds, but like went D tackle and corner with the first 2 picks, loaded up on O-line. I enjoyed it. It was a good time.
So
go land Johnny Newton and Kool-Aid and have a day.
I do think
whatever you want.
Trevin Wallace is in my top 5.
Okay. So your top. So you have. So Colson, Eichenberg, and Wallace are 3 of them, right?
Yeah,
I think going to be in there, or McGee. McGee, you did say, right?
I think McGee. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4.
Then if it weren't for the age,
it'd be okay.
I think Ulafogio.
All right,
but let me see something here. Where's these other
Look
guys?
for Gant.
So Eichenberg is 23. Where's Colson? What's his age?
Colson's like 21, pretty sure.
Yeah, he's super young. Wait, Can I show you something here? Okay, so you see this impact plays per game stat right here. Okay, so this is tackles for loss, forced fumbles, and sacks, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you see there's guys averaging like 2.5 or 2.
Yeah.
Look at Junior Colson. This is hilarious. Ready? 0.08.
That you do not like to see that.
Nope.
You do not like to see that.
But the thing with Michigan defenders, their counting stats are all terrible. It's just the way their culture is preached there in Michigan right now. It's a very like selfless, like just do your job.
Yeah.
And we can skip getting into the reasons why that would be a thing. But point being, you're going to see these super low counting stats with every Michigan defender right now. And that's just kind of baked into scouting of Michigan defenders right now. Who's the other guy I wanted to look at? Oh, so Curtis Jacobs gets talked about a lot. I don't have any interest in Dallas Gant. I like Lou Fowl.
Curtis
Lou Fowl.
Jacobs, tough
What's that?
grades, good
Yeah.
athlete, Penn State defender to a T. Good athlete, not good grades.
One thing I like about him, so he's got an 8.47 RAS. He's one of the few 240-pound linebackers in this class. That's a huge plus for me.
It's true. Penn State defenders, I just feel like a lot of them are like just tremendous athletes.
Well, his height adjusted speed score is 108, which is fantastic.
Yep. I'm not super surprised.
22 years old.
If you were to tell me, oh, what do you think of Curtis Jacobs? And you had to like, pull something out of a hat where you're like, I don't know about him. The Penn State linebacker, athlete. You guessed that. You're probably right. Penn State defender, you just ask about him, you go, yeah, probably a ridiculously good athlete. And you're going to be right most of the time. I know Kalen King didn't get there.
I was really surprised how good Tommy Eichenberg's testing was, because I always considered him not a great athlete. Dude's almost an 8 RAS.
So, yeah, the agilities. That's what I thought. I was like, aren't the agilities super good? Yeah, they are. They are super good.
It's pretty surprising.
Which, like, that type of agility for what you're expecting out of a Mike linebacker, I like that a lot. Relative to, like, I kind of expect that if you're playing more run and chase linebacker. Like, you expect to see better agilities there. So it's like not counting that twice, but like seeing a Mike linebacker do it, it's kind of like, oh, hold on a minute. I'm gonna go double check this and see how we're moving out there.
Junior Colson has the lowest missed tackle rate in the class.
A do your job guy right there.
Yep.
Like you said, I believe STM 40. Yeah, Jalen Ford is 240. It's another big guy. I believe that is correct.
Jalen Ford is the second heaviest guy in the class behind just Curtis Jacobs. Kind of slow, 4.76 40.
Yeah.
So I would have Trevin Wallace in my top 5. I don't remember. Did I come up with 5 total? I know I got Colson, Eichenberg, Wallace. I think Edgerrin Cooper would still be in the top 5, but he's not.
He edges out Ulofoshio. Age thing a little bit. Is that the
probably because of age?
Okay. Makes sense.
Cooper is 22. He's 2 years younger than Ulofoshio, which matters. Like, okay, I think Ulofoshio's a better player, but with 2 years on him, you better be a better player.
Yeah, that's
Ulofoshio, we're practically getting at like his peak.
Yeah, this is the player.
Yeah, he's not going to get better than what he already is.
Much more likely than not, this is the player you're getting.
He's also going to be 28 years old when he's looking for a second contract.
Yeah.
So now who are the really young guys in this class age wise? A lot of guys I don't have ages for.
I think Trotter's another who's younger. Yeah, Trotter's young.
Trotter's 21.
There's only 3 guys at 21 years old, and one of them is converting to linebacker from safety and trying to do that. So
now worth noting, okay, I don't have Cedric Gray or Wallace or Lou Fowl or Hopper. Like, I don't have these guys' ages.
I thought Gray. I think we talked about Gray one time, and I thought he was a junior. But
so what we could do for fun We can filter out all of our guys who don't meet the thresholds, right? And we can filter out the two old guys. And then we can look at who's left here. So Junior Colson is here. Let's just do this for fun. Cooper, McGee, Gray, Wallace. How do we lose Eichenberg? Oh, was it the age? Because he was a little bit older. I think he's 23.
Maybe.
That's why we lost Eichenberg.
Oh, okay.
So it is interesting. I mean, this is an interesting list. It's
Tyron Hopper visit on there as well.
Not a big Hopper fan, but 27% missed tackles.
That's definitely on film.
103 passer rating allowed when targeted. Played 10 games this year. Let's real quick. Let's see what.
I think he scrapes really well the run, Phil. Got good closing speed.
So Dean Brugler has him as linebacker 11 in the class.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Let's see. Overall, Hopper needs to be more consistent at the point of attack and as a finisher, but he is a fast-flowing athlete with the pursuit skills and blitzing talent to find a home in the NFL. Who cares about blitzing? He projects as a run and chase
aggressive defense
linebacker with the skill set for special teams, grade 5th round.
I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised linebacker 11 is a 5th round grade in this class. TBH. It's kind of
because you think that should be lower.
Yeah, kind of.
There are some positions where Brugler is like way higher than me on some stuff. I think so. Here's his top 100 players. So real quick, he's got 4 linebackers in the top 100.
Okay.
That's way too many for me. 7 safeties, 7 running backs in the top 100.
And only 3 centers?
Yeah.
Those are the only 3 centers he has in the top 100? That's interesting. I would probably have 5. I think I'm going to have 5.
He's got Braylon Allen as the 97th best player in the draft, 1 ahead of Audric Estime at 98. He's got Marshawn Lloyd, who's 40 years old, as the 91st player.
Man, it's a lot of running backs in the top 100.
You got Blake Corum as running back 2, and Jalen Wright as running back 4. Which position did you say you wanted to look at? Center? So Graham Barton, Jackson Powers,
Barton, JPJ, and they're all top 35.
Frazier. Right.
So
he's got no centers in between 35 and 100.
That's kind of wild because I think like Limmer and Van Pran have some like claim to that potentially. So that's interesting.
Van Pran is fringe, yeah, for sure.
I would think he'd at least be in the conversation.
17 wide receivers, and people cry about, oh, don't take a wide receiver. Dude, this wide receiver class is so good.
I'm getting FOMO out here, okay? So that's all I'm saying.
Here's what blows my mind, by the way. I feel like I see people asking to cut Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs like all the time. But I also see, don't take a wide receiver. We have too many. I don't want to get rid of Malik Heath.
Yeah.
Like, no hate against Malik Heath, but like,
yeah,
you'd pass up like Brian Thomas so that we can keep Malik Heath. I just don't understand.
Yeah. No, that's fair. How high did he have Nealand? Because he has him as edge 5. And I'm like wondering, like,
he's got him as number 32. Wow. Which is right around where I think he should go. I think he should be a late day 1 pick.
Wow.
The wide receivers who truly fit Green Bay types is kind of thin. Let's examine that. We're going to remove the falses.
Adam, I got something for this. The wide receiver who fits Green Bay's types. Adapt or die. Don't live on the island, Goody.
I don't know if I've fully dove in and made sure these are all set up correctly, but there are only 3 trues here, unless I have another filter that I'm not seeing.
Julio trade for Rome. Let's go. Let's get after it. Because
so three hits.
I mean, it's been decent. I guess it depends on what you think. It depends on what you think of these last 4 guys. It's obviously that because he hasn't. I mean, he picked MVS. Oh gosh, I'm losing my mind.
Who picked MVS?
Did
MVS was a 2018 player.
Okay, so that was Goody. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
fine.
I think
they've
that
definitely gone and got their guys that like Watson was like very much their type, and they went and got him with incredible aggression. So
yes,
like that
which
that was very
shocked,
understandable.
Which should not have shocked anybody that they did that.
No, not really. I mean, leading up to the draft, they were talking about him at 28, just being the pick there.
I mean, they were trying to take him,
and they were trying to move up, into the first round. So like, yeah, that wasn't too shocking.
Let's look at this real quick here because Brian Maffey put together his thing, and he's like super obsessive over thresholds. So he's got Kyle Sheets, Billy Bowens, Jarrett Garner, Bo Corrales. I've never heard any of those 4 names before in my life. McMillan, Devon Vale, Monroe Young.
Let's take McMillan.
Oh, if you insist.
Take McMillan, we ride.
Speaking of taking
Goody
McMillan,
should have no. What's up?
Speaking of drafting McMillan, we gotta do our mock draft here.
Adam's talking dirty late night here. Streamlabs bot didn't flag this, putting Baker down as one of the best fits. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, love that.
Is Baker a second rounder or earlier for you, Jake?
Yeah, he is.
Okay. Is he a first rounder for you? He's wide receiver 5 for me. You got the big 3. You got Brian Thomas, and then probably John Baker.
Thomas won't be in my top 5 for sure.
No, really.
He will not. No, I think my top 5 is gonna have one analytical outlier, and I'm not sure it's gonna be Thomas. So, yeah, Thomas will not be there. Thomas has a defined role. I think right now, I love it. I think it's a great fit for Green Bay. Look at this role specifically, but
Brian Thomas has the highest reps score of anybody. Actually, I'm curious where he is just in reps. He's 2 behind Baker. It's Baker and Thomas. And then you look at the athleticism here. That's what separates.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna hit well in the ROPS because he was a big play machine. There's no doubt. I think that's like what most of his targets are going to be this year. It's going to be on goes and it's going to be on hitches. I think he's going to be on the vertical plane for the most part. Just not thrilled with the full route tree. I know he wasn't asked to do a whole lot, but like he looks uncomfortable when he's running routes over the middle. He looks very like, I need to figure out where my route depth is. I don't know where it needs to be. It's just like he's counting steps. He's counting yardage depth out there. He just looks a little more uncomfortable. So
265 yards per route.
265. He has a career under 2.
Here's what I'm hearing from you. Baker is even better than Thomas, and I should just bump him up to my wide receiver 4.
I think he's better than Thomas. I have him rated.
Who do you have in between the big 3 and Baker?
As of the first pass through, it was Adnai and it was Lad.
Interesting.
Those are my two.
Very interesting.
So, see how it shakes out on that final pass. Adam wants Polk way more than McMillan. I thought Polk was like fine. I thought I was gonna like him more than I did watching him. I think he does a lot of great stuff at the catch point, and he's a great blocker. Yep.
Yards per out run here for Adnai Mitchell.
For him.
Under 2. You got 184.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He's the other guy. He's the other him.
Oh, he's your statistical outlier.
Right. Yep. That's the outlier. Yes. So I think one of Mitchell or Thomas does hit. I'm just betting on Mitchell more because I like what I've seen from the complete route tree, work against press man, work against man coverage. I like the success there. He's been doing it since he was a freshman. That's probably the statistical outlier I'm betting on over Thomas personally. Again, could be wrong, could look stupid. I do think Mitchell has serious work with because he plays the tempo game with a lot of his routes. He likes to slow play a lot of things to get open, which is nice, and that works against man coverage. But if you're not getting to your spots against zone coverage in time, that's a problem. That has to be fixed. He has to be more urgent with that. He has to be more. He has to recognize okay, this is zone. I got to be more urgent. Versus okay, I'm being manned up now. I can break out the moves to get open that I have so often done in college. So that has to be a part of the improvement process. And they're talks about him being kind of like Pickens a little bit in more ways than one. So that's something to monitor for sure. But
with who?
Adnai.
Yeah,
with Adnai Mitchell. So
okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, so there have been some.
I'm picking up what you're putting down,
which is okay, worth noting. Maybe he drops a 6 for me, and Baker slides in the top 5.
Oh, did you see this multi-user draft experience?
Yeah, so what that does is you can have I think up to 10 people in the room. You can pick different teams, of course. We all cannot pick Green Bay, which kind of stinks.
Yeah.
So
what do you want to do for our mock draft? Do you want to both do Green Bay like we normally do?
Yeah, we can do them. We can do our usual on this lovely Saturday evening.
So let's do this. Let's do a 6-round draft with trades, but Pro Football Network has crazy trades. Actually, maybe we should be doing PFF. Here's what I was going to say. We do trades, but the trades have to follow a trade chart. We can't accept something crazy.
PFF shouldn't give you anything too crazy. Actually, you have to make them up anyway. Because PFF's not going to give you I'll trade you my whole draft for this pick.
Sure.
Which is nice. So
what is going on here? NFL draft. Mock draft simulator. Here we go. All right.
Do you want to make trades and you're thinking about it in the first round? You can always put the speed to slow and I can move up.
Can we adjust the? We can adjust.
You can adjust it mid mock. Yes, you can. Yep. Which I enjoy that. It's a good time. Sometimes it gets a little funky where you have to kind of toggle a little bit to get it going really fast again, but it eventually works that way.
So, do we want to trade up from 25 before the draft and try and get up really high and grab Joe Alt or somebody?
You put positional value high, right? Care about positional value more. I think you put that in the sliders.
I did.
To me, that means Alt might go 3, 4, 5. It could start.
I think I should ramp this down a bit. Do like that.
You don't have to, but
oh wait, nope, wrong one.
Adam, we like seeing Pearsall and McMillan passing the Green Bay thresholds, and Rome, of course. We like that too.
So let's see here. Players that I would really want to trade up for if they were kind of in range would be Quinion Mitchell.
Yep. 100% agree.
Obviously, one of the big, Malik Neighbors is gone, so that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Joe Alt is gone.
I think the Chargers would love to take Alt there. But if they get a trade offer, they're probably going to move back.
Dunze. Good. Take Turner.
Oh, Tennessee.
Mitchell to the Bears. Heartbreaker.
Oh, we got to go get. Wait, what? Marvin
Jared
went
versus
10?
the Viking. Yeah, he was wide receiver 10th? 3. So this is interesting. You're pairing up. You're pairing up Marvin Harrison and Garrett Wilson again with the Jets.
That's not fair. The league needs to step in.
Brock Bowers is gone. Where's
So Quinion went.
I don't use the PFF one very often. Where the heck are the available players?
So the problem is with this is you can't look at them when you're trading.
So we just have to remember who might be available.
So like Terry Arnold's available, I believe.
Yeah.
Every tackle not named Alt is available.
Let's talk about Terry Arnold.
Okay.
Give me your thoughts on him, because it feels like he's one of the least talked about top corners in this draft.
Yeah, I think Terry Arnold to me is there's so much talent right now. There's so much he puts on film right now, and there's still, I think, room for ascension. I think you see him play aggressive in the run game. He's not more. I think when you watch Kool-Aid, not to comparing the two when I'm talking about Arnold, but like Kool-Aid's more of like the McKinney type of tackler, where he's more like arrive and kind of wrap up. He's not the most aggressive when he gets there. Arnold is aggressive and he form tackles. It's really, really good to see. It's run defense. It's click and close. It's all that stuff. He's great in the tackling portion of playing corner. The recovery athleticism, the ability in transition, like it looks silky smooth. He's maintaining speed. He just, the transitions look effortless. He's out there just kind of gliding a lot. I think the biggest knock on Arnold is probably that he opens the gate too early. He's not as patient as some others at corner.
Okay.
Like everything else, playing the ball in the air, right, making it difficult for quarterbacks to have any window to throw. He's in the hip pocket a ton, whether it be crossing over the middle of the field. Some guys aren't as good at that, right? Driving on a lot of stuff. When you're pedal, and you got to drive on in breakers. Some guys are later to that. They don't recognize it as well. They're not, closing with enough explosiveness. Like Arnold has all that. And so, like, I think the one thing is he needs to be more patient. You see guys like Adonai Mitchell. You see guys like Neighbors and Thomas kind of like threatening and vertically enough, and Xavier Worthy as well, where they're threatening vertically enough. And Arnold is like, I think, a little scared of the speed, and so he's turning early. And so he's giving up stuff underneath. And I think for as good of an athlete he is, he doesn't need to do that. Like Mitchell's as good of an athlete where you can tell he's like patient, but he knows he can recover. Arnold can be the same thing. He just isn't doing it yet. And so like once Arnold gets to that point where he's like, I can be more patient because I trust my athleticism. I trust all of that to go carry it vertically. I'm going to be able to do that. I think the coach is going to tell him that when they get him in the room, be like, you have this, just, keep it patient, keep yourself in the pedal that you're really good at. Like he feels very complete with room to grow.
A couple of his counting stats are a little bit outliers compared to the other top corners in this class. So
yeah, he doesn't have quite the ball production that McKinstry has, right? Which McKinstry had like an insane 2022 in terms of ball production.
So Mitchell has the best.
Yeah.
At 39 ball hawks in the last 3 years. McKinstry's at 23.
Okay.
Terry Arnold's actually at 26.
Oh, he's higher. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Did not expect that.
So Terry Arnold. So of the top 7 corners, and the reason I'm doing 7 is because there's like a pretty clear cutoff where the top 7 all have sub 50% completion rates.
Are you throwing
And
DeGene in there, right? In terms of the top 7, are you throwing him in
yeah,
that
DeGene.
group? Okay.
I'm just using the consensus big board right now. So
Okay.
DeGene
I
would
was just
be CB4 on that
okay.
list.
Okay.
So in the top 7, 6 out of the 7 have sub 50. The one guy who's the outlier is NS Rakestraw at 64. I'm not a Rakestraw fan at all.
Yeah. I'm not.
To me,
He's fine.
Rakestraw
I
is
think
like
he's
a
fine.
if you can teach him to play inside, I guess I'd have some interest in that.
He could be real good in there. Yeah.
I don't really want him on the boundary in the NFL. He's so small and his college stats stunk. It's a good thing that Ryan is not on this live stream because he likes Rakestraw. I feel like this is the one player we
I
have
know
the
Tim
hardest time
does
seeing eye to
too.
eye on.
Tim does too on PTA. Big fan. No, they've talked about Rakestraw a lot in the last
I
few
just don't
weeks
love
as
him.
well. Yeah, I'm not like I think I'm in between of you guys. I think for the most part on him, like I'd be okay with it. I'm the more indifferent side where I'm like I don't mind that selection. I think he'll play really tough, and like that's the mentality is something that some of these guys don't have that I think Rakestraw does have. Um, Not that I think most of the top corners do have it, but I think when you're talking that second group a little bit, I think Rakestraw has it. I think Lassiter does too. But yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
If you look at the top 7 corners, their completion rates are this: 44%, 54%, 44, 45, 46, 64, that's Rakestraw, and 38. So the one guy who was above 50, other than Rakestraw, was Terry Arnold. Now, once you get past Kamari Lassiter at cornerback 7 with a 38% completion rate, you immediately jump to all the 50% guys. So you got TJ Tampa, 51.
Yep.
Max Melton, 55. Mike Sanderstill, 54. Kyrie Jackson, 50. Cam Hart, 54. Andrew Phillips, 69. Chris Abrams-Drain, 50. DJ James, 62, and on and on. You eventually do see one guy who's an outlier. Elijah Jones at 33% with an 18% passer rating.
Yeah, I knew that was coming. Had a feeling.
There's a lot to like about Elijah Jones. His age is not one of those. It's
fair.
Going to be 25 this year. Got benched the final 4 games of the season by the head coach.
That's not good.
185 pounds. Those would be the negatives. Those 3 things would be the negatives. But a lot of his counting stats are nice. Missed tackle rate of just 10%. Passer rating when targeted of 18.1%, which I'm not even going to bother checking. I'm just going to basically guarantee that's either the best or second best in the entire class.
Yeah, that's insane. It's an absurd number.
Now, granted, he played at Boston College. Nobody really had to throw on Boston College.
Right. And I do think that might be lower than Mitchell's.
What's lower than Mitchell's?
Elijah Jones's passer rating when targeted.
It is lower than Mitchell's. Mitchell,
which
51.1.
Yeah, you'd think Mitchell's would be the lowest because he played in the MAC, right? Which, decent little assumption.
The MAC kind of like to sling the ball around a little bit the past couple of years, which part of it I think had to do with Toledo's quarterback, DeQuan Finn. You start running up the score, other teams have to throw as well.
Yeah.
Listen, it is getting late, and we got to do this mock draft.
We do have to do the mock.
So I'm trying to remember who we might even consider trading up for here. Now that Mitchell's gone and Joe Alt is gone.
Yeah, I think you turn that thing up. I'd be fine trading up for Arnold and guys like that. I'd rather do it at 19, and I feel like Vegas is probably going to just pick him here anyway.
Shanu, Fuaga. So sad.
So where are we on Fuaga? Because I actually think he's a guard.
Yeah,
And I'm
everybody
not
says
sold at
that.
right tackle. I just think his
No, to
outside
me,
hand
he's a right tackle.
I just think his outside hand against like cross chop and stuff like that, it looks concerning. I just don't think he has enough control out there to hold the outside arc from guys from winning on that path. That's the biggest concern for me.
So you don't think he can be a serviceable right tackle?
I think there's going to be a lot of times where he's going to get beat by advanced pass rushers on there who like just the hand usage guys. And I do think Adisa Isaac gave him problems with speed, which he didn't face a lot of at Oregon State in the time of the last 2 years. Like, I don't think there was a lot of guys where I'm like, oh, yeah, there was a lot of speed that he got to face there. I feel comfortable about him against speed. It was kind of like, oh, this is, Senior Bowl, best of the best. Here comes Adisa Isaac, like beating him around the arc a couple times. I'm like, oh, boy, this is – he has great feet for it. Like, he has – there are many things that make sense for him to be a right tackle. There's just a couple where I go, I'm a little hesitant. And, like, I think they're just guys that have better strike timing than him at right tackle in pass protection. And I think just maybe a little bit better in terms of getting to a spot and also just not leaning a ton at contact. That phase for him can get a little weird when he leans, and he does that sometimes. I don't know. I just think if he was Green Bay's right guard, I'd be thrilled. I'd be like, oh my gosh.
His arms are a little long for me to want him on the interior. I don't care about short arm tackles. That's fine for me. I don't want long arm guards.
See, and that's the thing. Like, he has long arms, and I feel like that should mean to me that he should have better control than he does in pass protection. He should have better control with that outside hand, and I'm just a little concerned about it.
Look, he's not going to be a Packer anyways because his run blocking grade is 91.5 and his pass blocking grade is 76.7. That's just not a Packer. They're not doing that.
I'm telling you, he's a Charger if they trade down. He is.
Might be. I would not like to see him in Chicago. I'll say that.
I think they're going to keep Wright over there. And I feel like Chicago, to me, like, was Fashanu like a Fashanu? Gosh darn it. I keep messing that up. Was Fashanu a top recruit? Too. Was Fashanu a top recruit? Like a big-time recruit?
I don't know. He came on my radar about 2 years ago, so he'd already been at Penn State for a while. I don't remember him during the recruiting.
Because if he's a 3-star. Okay, because I was gonna say if he was a 5-star, like that's 100% in Ryan Poles' wheelhouse. They love the 5-star recruits. Which
did you see Fashanu's? Actually, I think we talked about it in the group chat. His hand size.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Tiny hands.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: if you look at like the Packers thresholds for hand size, okay, there's nobody in this class whose hand size we have that's like solidly outside of what they would do. Too small. There are 2 guys who are borderline, and that's Donovan Jennings and Fashanu. Nobody else is even borderline.
First visits for Green Bay. I think at this like the Shrine Bowl. Is Fatanu still there?
Yeah, Fatanu's still here.
Interesting.
You would trade it for Fashanu?
I
think this is a little further than I'd want to trade up. Let's see. So if we're trying
I honestly cannot believe he's still there. Why are Barton and Guyton and all these guys going ahead of him? If this actually happened, like, I'd be on the phone.
All right, let's see what it would take to move up. Oh, they won't just accept 25 for 19. Bummer.
That's tough. That's a tough scene.
All right, let's see. Would a third get it done? A third would. Would a fourth? Oh man.
Fifth, flip a coin.
What for this 169?
Flip a coin for 126 is like 52%, right?
40%. 40%. 126 is 52.
This is the coin flip. Like, flip the coin. Darn it. All right. It's
All right,
fine. I'm
we'll
more
let.
interested in honestly seeing like if you can get back up from 25.
Oh, I couldn't click it fast enough. I wanted to trade with the Steelers.
Dang it. Darn it.
Byron Murphy. I would have traded for Byron Murphy.
Murphy would have been interesting.
I don't like that it doesn't show you live. Like I can't click on one of these.
I know.
It'll take us off the thing.
I can have the big board up on the side here and see if there's like. Let me see here. Let me get to the big board because I think big board 2024. Okay. Oh, it's just.
I can't believe how many people are watching this stream right now.
Give me the slim board. Okay. Cool.
All right, so Tanu, Murphy,
Latu's still available for sure.
Oh, but you wouldn't do it. Would you trade it for? Wait, so we would be happy with both Latu and DeGene, I think.
Did Arnold go? Arnold went, right?
I'm sure he did.
Did he not?
Ooh, I don't see him. So that's
Seattle. Seattle took him. Okay. Right now on the board, Latu, DeGene. I know Newton's still available for sure.
Okay. Because here's the thing.
Mims,
is there anybody who's like way better who's falling than those guys? Because if there's
maybe Newton, but like I don't think I'm in like dire need to move up here.
Yeah, so I'm
more interested in seeing if somebody I'm more interested in see if somebody wants to move. Ooh, that was tough. That's all right. One more pick and Dallas will probably take Mims.
You called it. Wait a minute. We got to talk about Mims. So Mims and Bowers both didn't test.
Yeah.
They kept postponing and finally they're just not going to test. So to me, this drops Bowers a lot. I'm kind of just not that interested. But what about Mims? Mims.
Do we have? I have numbers. I have numbers here.
Are they real numbers?
Is this 957 not real? RAS 6'7" and I know he's 6'7", 3/4, 340, 36 and an eighth inch arm length. I thought says I've got a 903 broad jump, 89th percentile, 25 and a half in the vert. That's 28th percentile. The 177.
What do you got for the cone and the shuttle?
Nothing. No agility.
I don't have anything either.
Yeah, I have no agilities.
And those are like the two most important things for offensive linemen.
Yeah.
You need the agilities.
Yeah. I don't think you got to worry about it. I think Mims is gonna be significantly gone. Maybe not long, but like significantly enough where you're kind of like, that makes sense. It's fine.
So in terms of who we got to pick here,
traditionally he is far too big usually than what Green Bay likes. However, Green Bay hasn't had a lot of opportunities to select the bigs.
Sure. Yeah, he's 6'7", 340.
Yeah, which they haven't had that many opportunities to select.
The big guys who can move go before the Packers are over on the clock.
Right, 100%. And so that's Mims a saint. Oh man, if Mims flops in the first, that's back-to-back flops at tackle for them. I would take Fatano a million times if he was still available at 14 for me for New Orleans.
So the Lions and the Commanders both want to move up.
Who do we like it?
The Lions will be moving up for DeGene though, because they need a corner.
Yeah, DeGene or Kool-Aid for sure.
Oh yeah,
they want one of them.
So they want one of them. So here's the thing: if we were willing to take both of them, like either one of them, we could go ahead and trade with them because they're probably going to get one anyways.
Yeah.
So if we're just picking up draft capital,
could.
All right. So here's the thing. So let's just say worst case scenario,
because no defensive tackle fell here, and a lot of the offensive linemen are gone. I'm not in the camp of like necessarily being like, oh yeah, let's take someone here. Let's get up to 30 or 29 and grab another guy. Like I'm okay with like just picking or trading down a few spots.
Yeah.
Now there's a chance you lose Kool-Aid and DeGene.
Well, I just want to say, let's run through worst case scenario. So if we trade with the Lions back to 29,
yep,
and we had DeJean, Kool-Aid, Latu, JPJ. I think that's worst case scenario, right?
Yeah, I think Latu will go 26. I think the Lions will take one of DeJean or McKinstry. And then you hope that Arizona doesn't take the other. Bills probably take JPJ or Adonai. Would be my guess.
It's tough because I'm not interested in any of these guys at 29, really.
That's the concern. I feel like 41 is the point where I'm like, I don't love all this. I like moving back from 41 and moving up in the third. Like, that's something I could see happening.
I would be okay with taking Chop or Kingsley at 29.
Okay.
Would you be okay with taking either one of those guys at 29 if all of our top guys are gone?
I'm okay with it.
Why don't we trade back?
I don't love it, but I'm okay with it.
Because I think probably the Lions are getting one of these two corners anyways. They're probably getting DeJean or Kool-Aid. So
yep. And I think then Tampa Bay will take either JPJ or Latu.
Oof. They're not offering much.
They are not.
So would we do it for 164?
I'd do it.
Wait a minute. What can we get from them next year? Can we get a second next year?
That's what I was going to say.
A third. We could get a third next year.
I wonder if you can get 73 and a third. Can you do that? 164 and a third? That's not bad.
They won't even get a 73. We could get 164 and a third.
That. I'm fine with that. I could live with that.
So wait, who else?
Like in this scenario, I think like DeJean and I feel like Latu. Gun to my head, I feel like Latu is probably off their board medically, which stinks.
Wait, you said DeJean and Latu?
No. I think DeJean or McKinstry becomes the pick here if they have to stay and pick someone.
Yeah.
Based on what has happened to this point, with all the old linemen gone and like both D tackles are gone, no verse, like it feels like they're probably just going to take one of the DBs. I don't think they're going to take JPJ at 25. I'm not that big a fan. Too old for this. Says Lab McConkey available. Take him. He's definitely available.
Man, how do I get back to
looking Vibes are very Olave. What's up? How do you get back where?
How do you get back to looking at the draft again?
Oh, draft a player next to trade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Let's see what PFF's analysis is here.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot Jer'Zhan Newton.
Yeah, if he didn't go to Miami, I'd be super in.
Did they get him?
They did. Yeah.
Okay, so this actually does not update based on this.
It does not, no. Which
gotcha.
Yeah, three of the five are off the board already, which is a tough.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Barton went super early. We can't do that. Tulfas, we can't do that.
All right, so we can get a third next year and 164.
Like for me, I think I'd just take Kool-Aid here, but like I understand this move. If you want to,
we could take Kool-Aid. Would you rather have Kool-Aid or Cooper?
I would personally rather have Kool-Aid. I think that's probably a hot take. I think the DeJean fans will not like that. I just trust him more at outside corner in a middle field close scheme than DeJean. I just think he's such a patient, reliable player in coverage. Ton of ball production, good catch point timing, like.
They're both 21 years old. I think the age would be the coin toss for me, like the deciding factor, but they're both 21. Yeah. So my vote would be to trade back. Your vote is Kool-Aid, but chat specifically says it's not worth it. So we're going to take Kool-Aid.
He's talking about trading back, right?
Yeah. Right. Yep. Okay. He says he's not. He said he's not in favor of the third and 164. So we're staying picking.
Yeah, I think we pick here. I do think it seems like it's been good to move back from 41, come up in the third, if that's something that's like interests this draft room at all.
Look at that! Latu and Chop.
That's interesting. It's going to be JPJ or receiver there, I think.
But I have an idea.
Are you gonna go up for?
I'm going up for DeJean. The Lions just won't have any corners this year.
I agree. I understand that, Adam. But like, who are you taking there? Cooper to play outside corner? Even you even put in the question: Did Gene playing backup nickel? Like, who are we picking there?
Jake, would you do this trade
like,
right
who are we
here?
picking?
41 and 58 to get Cooper away from the Lions. Like the Lions part is just like icing on the cake. The real thing is just stacking Kool-Aid and Cooper.
They wouldn't accept 88 and 41.
Oh yeah, they would. Which means 91.
Yeah, man.
Look at this is their own pick back to them. This is the Rasul
They want
Douglas
their own pick back.
Which is interesting. So this is
the Cooper.
We get the Aaron Rodgers pick and the Rasul Douglas pick
going up for Buffalo. Sucks, man. It's the thing. Like, who's it gonna be? This is the scenario where you're going. Like, everybody would say, "Oh, they're taking JPJ." I don't think so. I don't think so.
Can we do this trade and then decide who to draft? Do you want to draft trade up to 28?
Do you want to know like who's still there? Is that what you're like?
No, we know who's there. It's everybody except for Latu and Chop. So
yeah,
Cooper is there.
It's like it's Gene is the highest, of course. It's like it'll be JPJ, it'll be Newman, it'll be Peyton Wilson, right? It'll be Adonai, I think. It'll be Zach Frazier, the young lad.
Like it's basically between JPJ and DeJean right here.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're like in love with getting one of those guys here at 28, like you do it. If not, you make some moves on day 2 and you kind of get after it a little bit.
All right, what's your vote? Do we make this trade or no?
I think I made the call about Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this one. I think you can take this one.
So all right, here's the other thing we do have to run through.
Okay.
We are going to be a little bit thin on picks moving forward here. We're going to have 58 and 88, and then like 126 and 169. Like those 4 picks are kind of all we're going to have left to address the O line, and I want to take a lot of swings there.
Yeah, I'm totally fine not doing this and holding at 41. If you don't like what you see at 41, someone will come up for something, right? Then you can get aggressive in the 3rd round if you want to. You spread those picks out nicely. If you want to get a lot of O-line swings, if that's like what's on your mind, I don't think you make this move.
So the other thing is, so yeah, I'm not really big on drafting for need, but we just took a corner.
Yeah.
We have Jair and Stokes and Valentine and
now Kool-Aid in this scenario.
And Kool-Aid. So we'd be throwing Cooper in there, and so you're probably looking at Jair and Kool-Aid safety. And Cooper. So
are you play Cooper at nickel, or are you playing him as strong safety?
I think I'm playing Cooper. If we have Kool-Aid here, then Cooper is definitely playing a nickel, and Keyshawn just becomes like a full-time returner.
Okay. Because I was gonna say you could play him as strong safety, maybe, perhaps.
Here's the other thing, though.
He's doing some linebacker duty stuff, you know?
The Lions need some O-line help as well. Like, they need corner bad, but they also need O-line. And if we took JPJ...
They're the sleeper team for JPJ because of Ragnow.
So, if we did this trade...
And they lost Jonah Jackson, right? I know they brought someone in, but, like...
Their offensive line has been a strength for them, and it's really quickly about to not be a strength anymore if they don't
just snipe for JPJ. That's kind of funny.
Here's the thing for the Lions. So like they have improved a ton and they have become a good team. I think that they have gotten there despite making some dumb choices.
Yeah.
So if they're going to stay good, their GM has to do a better job going forward than he did to get them good, because now they have less assets and resources to do maintenance on the team. It's an old roster, a very old offensive line.
Yep. And
the days of having these top 10 picks is gone.
Yeah, like Penne's by far their youngest player right now. And he's what, 23, 24?
24, 25, I think. He's probably 24.
24. Yeah, that makes sense. Because he was 2021. Yeah, 2021 draft. Yeah, he's probably 24.
So we're gonna have a new center here if we draft JPJ, and then we still have picks 58, 88, 126, and 169 to try and get another guard. I think I feel okay with that, actually.
Okay.
Do you want to do that?
Hey, you gotta make this call. I made the Kool-Aid call.
Wait a minute. Would they do this? They wouldn't do that. Would they do this? No.
58 and
It's got to be
41
41
next year. Yeah, I think they gotta have 41. Would be my guess. I can't.
41 and 99. We're 91. We're gonna.
Okay.
Adam says JPJ is not a Packer fit.
He hasn't been their type at interior offensive line. They've like Myers was obviously the true center, but he was like 6'5", 310. JPJ is like 334.
So I have him at 328, which is definitely too light, but 334 is 334 is still pretty light.
The combine.
Okay,
so he dropped 6 pounds for the combine.
He's heavy, is what I was trying to say.
And then didn't run. Yeah.
328 is too heavy.
Like
334 is worse.
If they were like dead set on him playing center, that's fine. Then the hasn't played tackle thing, it kind of goes out the window a little bit because obviously Josh Myers did not play tackle. But like that was a true center selection. Like if you're considering JPJ like guard and all that, and like usually like tackle experience for their guards.
What other offensive linemen are still available right here for us?
Zach Frazier, Kingsley. Those would be like the two, I think.
Kingsley
and Jordan.
Kingsley's 326. He's 326 pounds.
Jordan Morgan would be the other one. It's like those three in the top 45 that are left. Other than JPJ. It's JPJ, Frazier, Kingsley, Jordan Morgan. Those are your four.
Okay. Frazier's 313. Morgan is 311. Blake Fisher is 310.
That's who Adam keeps talking about as the best fit there. And that the Blake Fisher thing is like interesting because it feels like this is like either you're taking Blake Fisher at 58 or you have to get aggressive in the third round. You have to get aggressive in the third round.
I'm gonna hit resume here. Let's just see what we got at 41.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this falls. Because usually at 41, like you get kind of
this. Cooper DeJean is still available here. So they got Kamari last year, which actually is a pretty decent pick.
It's not bad. Yeah. You would trade up for a center. I mean, probably not. They got Mitchell. Cooper DeJean went 33rd. Insanity. Kingsley for the Chiefs. Dang it. Chiefs aren't going to do that. It's too smart. JPJ with the Patriots. Rosengarten going 36th.
So,
wow.
All right. Nobody wants to trade with us. That's unfortunate.
That is super tough.
I mean, I'm darn tempted to just do Mike Sanders still. I'm not really going to do it, but all right. Who's going to be the most interesting guy here for you?
I mean, yeah, not counting the young lad. I mean, I'd kind of be okay with Rook here. Frazier, obviously, if they want the center, like, I'm fine with that. Bullard, maybe. This is the issue with 41. It's like, and again, it won't happen. There'll be somebody there that we don't expect, most likely.
Well, Mason McCormick.
They'll probably pass on. But yeah, McCormick sometimes available at 88, 91, sometimes not.
McCormick ran a 4.45 shuttle. Yeah, meets every threshold we're looking at.
He's a beast.
I mean, the obvious knock is SDSU, but he's got a 90.6 pass blocking grade. 996 RAS.
Adam, do not put that energy out there.
He's 20. He's about to turn 24 in like a month. 1% pressure rate allowed. Played every snap at left guard.
Yeah, that's the one thing. He doesn't have a lot of tackle experience. He's the older player. Dominic Pooney from Kansas is older as well. Did not know that.
I don't have Pooney's age, but Pooney ran a 4.4
he's like
shuttle.
almost he's like 24 and change.
Did you see Bordellini's shuttle?
I assume he was one of the ones under 447.
Oh, he's way below 447.
Oh, was he the one that was part of the mix up? Maybe he was.
No, that was Mason McCormick.
Mims was part of it, but there was another
Mims.
one. Okay. Well,
yeah, it was Mason McCormick and Mims.
Probably not going to be a Packer anyway.
Bordellini ran a 4.28. What's wrong with Bordellini? Are you buying Mafi's poison about the arm length?
I might be.
Is that your only knock on him?
That's allegedly the knock. Yeah. See, but if the problem is if Bordellini's a setter only, I don't want.
Bordellini is not a center only.
That snap aesthetic is horrible. We can't be having that. Cannot be having that snap aesthetic. It's not happening. Got to play somewhere else.
Why can't you play him at guard?
You'd probably be okay playing him at guard. Was his best year at guard? What was his best year? He had I thought he had a decent year.
2022 was better than 2023.
There it
is.
2021. What the heck? One of the best run blocking right tackles you ever done seen.
I mean, I think Bordellini probably would be my right guard for Green Bay, like day one starter.
That's fair. I would rather have Haynes, but that's fair.
Yeah, but Haynes is going to go earlier than Bordellini.
Right here.
I mean, we're talking multiple rounds earlier than Bordellini.
For sure. I would take Haynes right here, probably. I'd consider it. I don't care if PFF gives me an F.
Haynes
is a beast. He's not tall. That's the one thing.
I don't have a shuttle for Haynes. Do you know what his shuttle is?
Not off the top of my head, no. If he did one or not.
All right, Google.
Ready-made.
Looks like he didn't do the shuttle.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, no.
Steelers Depot is estimating one for him, and it's horrible. So we're not going to go with that.
We are really zooming through this.
Yeah, we are. we've already made a whole pick.
We are humming right now.
Haynes didn't do any agility, says Adam. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, but he's a darn good zone player. I've seen enough.
All right. So we're taking Haynes here at 41.
I don't know who else to take. I'll be honest. Rook is the only other one, maybe.
Take Bo Nix.
That would be.
This range is like all the players I hate.
Oh, it's so much better, I think. Than
Amagaji, Nealand. I think my pick would be Nealand at 41.
Okay.
Of these guys, Haynes, Haynes or Nealand. This is interesting. Or we could swing at Junior Colson.
You can probably get Haynes or Colson at 58.
Do you want to do Nealand?
Remember, I'm fine with that. That's fine.
All right, we're doing Nealand here. I love Nealand.
In the draft, I think where you had the slider up for positional value.
Yeah.
Almost guaranteed you're going to get one of Haynes or Colson. You might get both. It looks like
probably. Actually, so I think they're both still here.
They are still both available.
We could get Amagaji. We should probably just do Haynes.
I'm fine with that. I know he's not like a Packer type. I just want him on the team.
So Haynes, Haynes.
Predictively fine. Forget about it. Like, that's fine. I don't. Whatever. I think he's awesome.
Something set up right.
I think he's just an awesome player.
Position.
Unless you want to take Colson to be the Mike, I think you take Haynes.
There's still other guards that I like, though.
That's fine. You want to take Colson?
Let's just take Colson here,
Mike, or you could take Chris Jenkins. Then, if you're going to stick with defense, because I don't think anybody above who's above Jenkins, other than I guess Amagaji is, right?
Amagaji.
Yeah, that's probably the only guy I would. Well, Frazier, I guess, but
would you rather have Frazier or Colson?
If I can get the guard, I mean, Frazier at 58 is hilarious, honestly.
Let's do Frazier. I mean, we don't have any offensive linemen yet.
We don't.
Are you playing him at center or at guard?
I'm playing him at center.
All right. Goodbye, Josh Myers.
Yeah, I think so.
Jenkins went. Amagaji, Haynes. So we finally lost Haynes.
Could get aggressive.
Cooper.
You want to pause it?
Yeah, pause it. So we missed out on Polk, Wright, Tez, Cooper, McMillan, Haynes, Amagaji,
Colson's
Jenkins.
Still available.
So let's see. So our next pick is 88. We're moving up 17 picks. Let's see.
I mean, you could chance it. You could with who's picking. See if Atlanta's thinking about it. That would be the team I would trade with.
Jeez, they need both our thirds.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I think it. Yeah.
I can't
the linebacker in the aggregate. Yep.
Booger,
I knew he'd be
Sweat,
available in
Baker.
Atlanta's pick. Oh, Baker went to the Bears. Forget it, man.
Dang it.
That's the worst. This is the worst timeline. They picked Mitchell too, didn't they? I hate this.
Yeah, they did.
This simulator stinks.
Trotter. All right, really? So now if we were to move with the Rams.
Yeah. If they want to move, I'm moving. 64%.
Why don't we offer them 202 and see if they take it?
Fine with that. Wait, that's resume.
Yeah. All right. Colson,
cool.
It is, right?
Oh my gosh.
Is there anybody else we want to consider?
I don't think so. We took.
Ooh. You think McCormick will be here at 91 for us? Probably not.
I don't think so. Well, this is like, the reason Colson is still available is because the position, like you have the positional value thing up.
No, it's in the middle.
Oh, it is? Oh yeah. My gosh. It felt like it was up a ton because of how the offensive line went early.
It started out in the middle, but then wait, who wants to trade with this? What is this? The Texans want to move up 3 spots?
I don't like this. This feels like a linebacker. I don't like this. They want Colson. They'd have to give me both of those.
They don't want to give us much.
Yeah, they'd have to give me 123 and 127 for me to even consider this.
And they don't want to.
Colson.
So.
I ain't moving off Colson for that.
All right, we're taking Colson here.
Yeah, I think so. Come on.
Brandon Dorless, Cam Kitchens.
Do it.
Bucky Irving, Pooney.
Yes. He's there.
Can we take McCormick?
Yeah.
Boom. Smashing that one.
Run it in.
Sprinting to the podium.
Run it in.
Oh, Mike Hall. We missed Mike Hall.
Sorry.
Dang it.
It's fine. We got 3 more. We're good. Feel good about this now.
Mahogany Frazier, and Van Pran.
Frazier and
Emerson.
And McCormick is sick. You want to set a tone up there, and you got 2 bigs at running back? Have fun. Enjoy it. Enjoy playing against that O-line.
Adam says Nealon is the only edge who fits Green Bay. I disagree with that.
I feel like he's the only one that's early that fits.
So you got Nealon at 60, Cedric Johnson at 172.
Yeah, Cedric is one.
Okianoma at 278, Eric Watts and Miles Cole. But you got to remember, here's
Eric
the thing.
Watts. Yeah.
Here's the thing. This is just the guys who definitively meet everything, and you have to include the guys who probably meet stuff.
Right. I think like the problem is like Latu's like close except for arm length. Like medically, probably not.
Here,
I know
Brian
Braswell's
Maffey
one that's
has
decently close, right? Is Braswell decently close?
Braswell is light at 251, and the broad. Who cares about the broad jump?
He's 250.
Broad jump is stupid. So Brian Maffey has Jared Verse, Cedric Johnson, Jalix Hunt, Marshawn Nealand, Chance Main. I don't know who Chance Main is, and Isaac Ukwu, and then he has Okianoma as not enough testing numbers.
Okay. Interesting.
All right. So what were we doing over here?
We got 3 picks.
Trey Benson just went. Sorry, Mick.
That's tough.
Can the Yale kid play guard with that arm length?
Potentially. It's a big dude.
Amagaji's arm length is
like 36 and an eighth.
I wouldn't. No, you can't have a long arm guy at guard. It doesn't work.
A tackle.
He's a tackle.
Stick him behind Walker. Develop the crap out of him.
He did not play very much this year.
No, he tore his quad 4 games in.
230 snaps into the season.
Yep.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he tore his quad. Otherwise, he would have been down in Mobile.
Why have thresholds if you're going to break them? What are you referring to? Are you referring to Brian Maffey's list of guys that had more guys than Nealand?
Listen, this would have been a fun predictive mock, but I'm having too much fun with McCormick and Frazier on a Saturday night, and that can't be taken away from me.
So this is Maffey's guys who meet criteria. Verse, Johnson, Hunt, Nealand, Main, and Ukwu.
Jared Verse, man. I'm on board if they want to go there.
I like Verse. I would do Verse. I like Verse and Nealand. More than I like Dallas Turner, and I don't want to admit that out loud, but
well, you just did. So we'll have that on a clip for you. I'm just kidding.
And again, Latu is close.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Adam. As far as the thresholds go, okay. Cue the Captain Barbosa clip.
They'd be
more like guidelines.
That clip is
rules.
So good. That's so good, by the way.
They're guidelines, okay? The other thing is that
good. I love it.
The other thing with the thresholds, okay, you're talking about a tiny, tiny sample size. All right. And then like every 2 years, we draft a guy and we're like, oh, I guess we got to update what all the thresholds are because apparently this guy, showed us that the threshold was different at that position. So point being, you can't be black and white about it because you're going to be wrong if you're black and white on it. I understand you're basing off of data back to 2005. It's still a very small number of guys at every position. I have all the picks in a spreadsheet.
Goody seems to like to do it once a year for some reason.
It's like 20 guys per position over 2 different GMs.
They're gonna stick to them, but like there's gonna be times like Goody has proven there's going to be some times, but it gives you a good look at a lot of players they might draft. But like every team out there, there's going to be guys that they just really like a Jaden Reed. Like they're just, we really like this guy. Close enough. Like the thresholds are good. The guidelines are good because it gives you like a good pool of players. But then, Goody kind of takes over. I think we just let it ride. I'd love to.
So
I just want to see how these last 3 look.
Last 3 what?
I think we're only picking 6 rounds. I thought I saw you could only.
Yeah.
So
I don't have any
only
interest
3
in
picks
doing
left.
these.
Yeah. So there should be just 3 or 2 picks
And
left.
it's way past my bedtime. Let's see. We got Spencer
Let's see what we can get here.
Tommy's gone. Michael Pratt is gone. Lufau's gone. Bishop Turner. Estime's gone. Elijah Jones just went. Okay, so we can get Sinnott.
Yeah, I'm in.
Sinnott's your pick too?
Yeah, I'm in. Unless you want to take
Christian
Gray and
Boyd?
double linebacker. Christian Boyd. Powerful player. Definitely got to unlock some more. Mason Smith's obviously still there, and like that's a player they've met with. I believe he's still a young player. He's pretty tall.
He's tall.
He plays high. Pad level's high.
So he is
gonna be kind of sick too, honestly.
He's 6'5", 306 pounds.
Yeah.
Where did you see Mason Smith?
At like 1.
Here it is.
48. There he is. Yeah.
Screw it. We're doing Mason Smith.
If we taking D
There you
line,
go, Jeff Hapley. Give us a good defense finally.
There we go.
Okay.
Is this going to be like Lauby or Tyrone Tracy? Probably. Well, I think Tracy probably already went.
I think Tracy just went. There goes Cedric Gray.
Yeah, Shipley. I saw.
Sinnott's gone.
There goes
Christian Boyd is gone.
Foster. There goes Braid. There goes Mustafa. There goes Sundell.
Lauby's gone.
Lauby, son of a gun.
Who wants it? So Rams want to trade with us.
Wait, check running back just to be sure first.
Just want to see what they would give us.
65%.
Not much.
Insert Mark Murphy saying that. You put a 25 round
55%.
How dare you? Rams are like,
he's not going to give us anything. Screw that.
Les needs like, hey, round 1.
All right, so Drake Nugent.
Saturdays. I feel like Tracy's not there.
I don't like Miles Murphy.
Do you want to get absolutely a little insane?
Who are you taking?
For fun?
Yeah.
For fun, right? We've taken D-line, we've taken edge, we've taken 2 offensive line, right? We haven't taken tackle experience in the offensive line. We took corner. We took linebacker. Would love to have like Jaheim Bell on this team. You could take Bortolini, of course. Jaheim Bell just is like a yak merchant at tight end.
That's fine, but if Bortolini's there the next pick, that's who we're taking.
I was going to say also you could take Kamani Vidal from Troy. I'm good with that. The yak machine. Give him some touches in the short area. Let Jaden Reed run some more routes.
Vidal just went.
This is going to end up being
Hopper, Jalen Ford.
We're just going to end up taking Oladapo here.
Oh, yeah, we haven't taken Oladapo yet in this draft.
Oh, it's Bortolini or Oladapo. Forget it. We'll be here all night. How do you choose which one to pick?
It's tough. Do we take safety 1 or do we take a 4-2-8 shuttle?
My problem is that Bortolini starting now?
He's my
he's depth,
which
right? Because Frazier's playing center. We took Frazier, and we took McCormick. Not that Bortolini wouldn't be fun interior line depth, but we get some dudes up front right now.
All right, here, look.
So like Oladapo.
My display name is Katana Oladapo, so
yeah, That's gotta stay true here. Let's go get him.
There we go. The draft class is in the
Fascinated
books.
by this grade. Fascinated.
They're gonna hate our grade.
Here. I knew
think
they
they
weren't gonna. Look at that. Look at that. You drafted Marshawn Nealon. You should have drafted Bo Nix.
Yeah, they
At
would
the
have given
top
us
of
an
that
A
thing.
plus for Bo Nix there.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So we traded up for Junior Colson.
We did. We did trade up. That's the only move we made up.
We took 2 Masons in a row.
We did. Luckily, we won't have to worry about that in the back of the jersey. We're fine. We're okay.
I think I probably don't like this draft, but that's okay.
It happens. Win some, you lose some.
This feels very like needs based. This is a very much a needs based draft. This is not like best player available. This is needs based.
I guess it depends. At 25, I think it is for me. Best player available.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember who's still there, but I think it is.
Cooper DeJean, JPJ, Latu. Those are the guys we passed up on.
Okay, so Latu would have been best available.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and
but
you got the medicals, so Cooper or Kool-Aid
so,
probably is higher.
Yeah, I think I would have Kool-Aid above DeJean and JPJ. Yeah, I think that's probably about right, Adam. I don't know. Will Oladapo be in that like grouping of safeties everybody's talking about? It's like 1 through 7's tough, and they might just all start going in the third. Like, if Oladapo's part of that, yeah, for sure. So like the 7 would be, well, if Newman goes that late, so like Newman, Kinchins, Bullard.
Oladapo is not going to fall out of the third round. Book it.
I would be surprised considering how good he's played at Oregon State, and how good he looked at the Senior Bowl. Teams got up front to watch him there too. Like, I'd be shocked. We are blissfully enjoying picking him at like 255 every time in mock drafts because it's just really fun on PFF. But like, yeah.
So Dane Brugler has him as safety 11.
Wow. Okay.
He's 23 and a half years old. He's got him as a 4th to 5th round pick.
Okay, 4th. So
I didn't realize he was a 6-year senior.
Yep,
which is impressive for a 23-year-old.
There's so many of them, man.
So let's see here. This will be the final thing we do here.
I would love to know what his safety rankings are.
Oh yeah, I can read them to you. Okay, so
that'd be great.
Give me a guess who you think his top 3 safeties are. You don't have to get the order correct.
Okay, top 3.
Yep, top 3.
Is he gonna be on that train though?
Is he indeed?
I'm gonna say it's Newman, Bullard, Bishop.
It is Newman, Bullard, and somebody else. Bishop is 4, and I'm gonna start reading some others. Mustafa is 6. Kinchins is 5. Taylor Demerson is 7.
Demerson was my other one that I thought it was gonna
Bullock is 8.
Bullock's 3. The heck is 3? I'm missing a name for sure.
So you're missing his safety 1.
I'm missing his safety 1?
Yup. His safety 9 is Dominique Hampton. His safety 10 is Jalen Simpson.
Yeah, Adam spoiled it, but yeah, that makes sense. Jaden Hicks.
Yeah, it's Jaden Hicks. Jaden Hicks is his safety 1.
That's right. He's gonna I think you just better prepare for him to be the pick of 41. Because 41 looks like a wasteland right now.
Really Wait a minute, did you know his name is not actually Catan?
Is it? It's a longer name, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
His name is actually Olakatan Oladapo.
That's right. It is. That's right. Yeah. That's right. His initials are OO.
And actually this says that it's pronounced Catan.
Yeah, I think it is. It's like an AHN, right? In the pronunciation, I think. Is that right?
He just says TAWN.
Oh, like a W.
His parents' names are Funke and Akin. They are Nigerian.
Okay.
He played baseball, basketball, and
Wow.
soccer.
Oh, nice.
Started out as a linebacker before moving to cornerback in 7th grade.
Adam says F it, drafted round 1. Love that.
See, he's lived in Portland. He played wide receiver. He was a 5'6", 135-pound freshman.
My guy's just
Then he
playing
played
soccer,
running
wide
back,
receiver, running back. Like, man,
linebacker, running back.
this guy can do everything.
He had a growth spurt heading into his junior season and moved up to varsity as a cornerback and wide receiver.
Love those 2 players.
Second team All-State, first team All-Conference.
Love it.
All right, no star recruit. Was not ranked by recruiting services. Was widely overlooked. Didn't receive a scholarship offer. He's still getting overlooked today. Oregon State offered him a preferred walk-on opportunity, and he accepted. During his redshirt year, he moved from cornerback to safety, a position he had not played before. Took advantage of the extra year of eligibility and returned to Corvallis for his 6th season in 2023. His younger brother, Cash, played collegiate soccer as a goalie.
Dang, Cash Oladapo.
Cash Oladapo is a great name. Like, I thought Catan was a good name. Here, let's see. We'll skip the strengths because we already know what we love about him.
Forget the Melton brothers. Give me the Oladapo brothers on the same team. Let's ride.
But Cash doesn't play football. He plays soccer.
Well, he plays the other football.
Weaknesses: only average long speed.
Wait, he's a goalie?
Yeah.
Kicker. Kicker named Cash?
Yeah. We moved on from Mason Money.
Let him know.
Now we'll move on to Cash.
We need to get the word out on this.
So he's going to turn 24 this year. Needs to improve hand placement and timing for more efficient block shedding. Missed tackles are usually a result of over-aggressive habits, whiffing or bouncing off bigger ball carriers. All right, summary. Overall, let's see here. Overall, confidently reads run pass and aggressively drives downhill with competitive urgency to make impactful tackles. His average twitch and build-up speed out of transitions will be more noticeable versus NFL receivers, but his route awareness helps keep him stay connected in coverage. It's not a sentence, Dane. Overall, Oladapo doesn't have ideal top-end speed or rangy ball skills for deep coverage, but he's a good-sized athlete who trusts his sight lines and enjoys making noise in the run game. He projects best as a down safety who can also earn his paycheck on special teams. Guess what? That's what we're looking for.
I think Green Bay's looking for both of those.
Dude, if Oladapo doesn't end up a Packer, I'm going to be pissed.
Yo, that's going to be the big... I think, like, him... What are the three guys right now for Packers fans that they're like they need to be Packers? Is it like DeJean, Oladapo, and Melton? Like, is it just secondary guys?
For sure. I feel like people have kind of moved on from DeJean.
You think?
It's Oladapo and Melton and
who's the third?
Well, the third might either be Bortolini or Peter Bowden, the long snapper, because we don't have a long snapper right now.
People are going to be mad when, like, New England takes him or something.
Who?
Or,
Oladapo?
like, some team that needs... No, the long snapper. Yeah. Like, somebody who, like, commits to special teams and, like, needs the long snapper is probably just going to pick him. And so, like, that's going to be a little disappointing. Adam says Barton's the new hot toy. Yeah, he's probably the most popular pick that I see still in mock drafts for Green Bay. And I just feel like anytime this late when he's the most popular, look at last year. I know who the most popular picks were at 13 last year. I know it. JSN and Mayer were two of them, for sure.
Well, Van Ness was
up there-ish. I feel like it was him and Murphy were the edge rushers that everybody was talking about.
Wait, Van Ness and who?
And Miles Murphy, because those were the two.
I hated Miles Murphy so much as a prospect. Hated.
I mean, intuitively, yeah, I figured, right? Clemson defender, right? Like that's on par. Like those were the two fits. I liked Van Ness more. Broderick
Murphy had a
Jones. Broderick
bad
Jones was the other
year.
one, right? Yeah, he did not do very well. Broderick Jones was everybody's thought of like, proactive at tackle. And then it was like JSN, Mayer, Kincaid,
Ayo.
Van Ness.
On that, I'm gonna have to go to bed. It
we
is. I said I was just gonna do a
Wrap it
60-minute
up.
live stream, and
120 minutes.
we're at 2 hours. So
This is a walk in the park. I do this every week.
as is customary, I'm gonna send us out in the only way I know how.
Salute to Ed, baby. Bring him up on the screen.
In the words of the late great Ed Policy, go Pack go.